And yet another Kuni mission that I'm not looking forward to. I'm getting the distinct feeling that I should replay that brawl we had earlier with Keiji, but at the same time I keep hoping the path we've taken so far in this campaign turns out to have something interesting that we haven't seen yet. Sure, bit of a stupid hope considering how this game has gone so far, but I'm kinda already committed to going through the rest of this path at this point. Though I suppose there's always the option of me just outright skipping over what's left of the main game and going straight to the expansion because I'll probably be more interesting. But if I do that, then I'll probably just delete all of the footage between now and the expansion. And I did kind of go through the work of recording it after all. Apparently the lady stops moving altogether if we move too far forward, as if we didn't have enough reason to just dislike this escort. Not that there are too many escort missions in gaming that I particularly enjoy, but still, they aren't going out of their way to make this fun here. Oh, for God's sakes, lady! If you're gonna get into a fight with every group we come across, then this is gonna feel as excruciating as the time we had to escort Nobunaga as Ranmaru. Did she just move backwards? God damn it, girl! We've got places to go and it's not even like there's anyone back there to distract you! Huh. Only just noticed the friendly spearman following her. Yes, she technically has bodyguards just like we do. Little odd, but admittedly not the strangest thing I've seen in this game. Sure, there's more people than I expected we'd be running around with, but it's nowhere near large enough for me to consider an army, though maybe that's because my idea of an army involves troops in the triple digits. But this game doesn't actually treat large groups with that much respect. Sorry, Ranmaru, but you're literally just a speed bump right now. But don't feel too bad. This entire mission is nothing but a speed bump. I suppose I should feel embarrassed that some no-name soldier managed to knock us on our ass? Especially since we're supposed to be a large, heavy character. But I'm too annoyed with the fact that we're going through an escort mission right now. And a badly done one at that. You've been falling behind far too easily considering we're supposed to be getting you out of here. Really wish there was more I could do to get this lady to pick up the pace. And now I'm suddenly wondering if we're gonna lose all of the spearmen that decided to follow Okuni before we get to the end of the area. Got to admit, that would certainly make it feel a little like this is more like a desperate escape. Not like this game can do all that much otherwise to make things feel desperate. Considering how few people are on our side and how easily our character can rip through the troops in our way. It's a little little hard to call them ruffians when we're the ones charging through and taking out everyone in our path. We're seriously not even trying to find a route that could be one of the least resistance. That's partly because we don't have all that many routes open to us out here. Hell, the game didn't even give a reasonable enough explanation for why the hell the Oda are so determined to take these two people down, or why Magoichi isn't trying to run away with us after the previous mission. I know it's padding, but couldn't they have done more to justify the padding? Something to at least make it feel like what the characters are doing is like a reasonable response to what's going on around them and in their past? Right. Of course, the damsel goes out of her way to charge at the absolute nearest group of enemies. I'd ask why she's doing that when a dancer shouldn't be this bloodthirsty, but we've more than established that the AI in this game isn't particularly impressive in any category. And unfortunately, the storytelling is about equal to the stupidity of the AI, especially in this mission. Oh, and before I forget, for those of you who think I'm doing too much complaining, sorry. Even if it's doing a very good job at this stage of getting on my nerves, I kinda like the overall concept of what Goemon is capable of. Like the ability to take down walls with his cannon. Unfortunately, the game isn't giving us all that many walls that he can destroy in the missions we've been going through. So really, what does Goemon have going for him that all the other characters so far haven't? His attack animations and his personality, which, while amusing, just don't give us enough for me to avoid being annoyed at the poor storytelling we've had to endure here. Again, I very much know at this point that the storytelling in this game as a whole isn't anything all that interesting, so trying to grind my way through whatever's left of the main game is kind of excruciating. But there are some standout moments. As a whole, though, this game is more inclined to just throw a hell of a lot of missions at us, rather than actually give us a connection with the characters involved. And this many hours into the game, I think I'm justified to ask for more than a little meat on the bones we've been scraping off of here. Hell, again, I am sorely tempted to just skip over the rest of the main game and go straight to the expansion right from this mission. Given the fact that this campaign is clearly just another rehash with little to no thought actually put into it for this individual character's sake, there's not much point in me fighting my way all the way through it. Still, may as well finish this specific mission and not touch the raw footage for the rest of the stuff in the main game until I'm absolutely sure I am completely giving up on the base Samurai Warriors after over 80 missions going through it. Lady, can you get a bloody move on? We've cleared away a bunch of the grunts, and we've had the footage here on constant fast forward. Don't just stall us out for the sake of adding some more time on the clock when I'm doing everything I can to speed us up. There is only one path at this point. How in the hell do you think you're gonna get lost in a glorified hallway? Can't help feeling that shooting someone with a cannon should have felt more satisfying. No wonder! Ranged attacks were forgotten in this series after the original Samurai Warriors. And, of course, we're seeing the exact same scene as before, where Goemon decides to stay back to give the unappreciative lady time to leave. If the storytelling in this game was better, then maybe it would have been a good moment for her to grow and for him to seem more heroic. Unfortunately, it just highlights how little anything really matters in this game, especially for a character that isn't one of the major ones. Hopefully, when I get to the expansion, my interest in this series will rekindle. Apparently, we'd be skipping over about 4 more Goemon missions, 6 Nobunaga missions, and 8 missions for a player-made original character. I think I'm a little impressed with myself that I managed to stick with this game for so long, really. Oh, she did get out safely, and she didn't give a damn about you potentially dying to keep us safe. I'm not even sure she understands that the whole country is at war and has been for about 100 years now.